Hello all, I'm Sohail Mortazavi Manish. This video is a summary of the project I completed with Steve, Keen, Jenna, and Renard. We did our final project on AllTrails, which is a website that provides information on trails, such as location, rating, and features. Our motivation for choosing AllTrail was our shared love for getting outside, especially as indoor activities become less and less appealing due to the safety concerns. With the recent restrictions that were announced, getting outside is even more important since physical activity is such an important contributor to mental and physical health. I won't spend much time on our questions just yet, since they will be discussed later. But we were basically interested in how trail rating and trail popularity, which is based on the user rating comments, were related to the information provided directly by the site, such as difficulty and features of the trail. We were also interested in summarizing some of the information that was not easily available on the website. In this presentation, I'll talk about how we were able to get specific information about each trail in Alberta, how we were able to assess relationship and make predictions, and then I will show a few of the visualization we created in Power BI. I'll now briefly discuss how we went about collecting the data to answer these questions. We wanted to collect our data in an automated way since there was so much of it. We can see from the picture on the right and more on the next slide that there is a lot of information available to us. We focused on information from Alberta only to limit the scope of the project, although there are still over 1,700 trails. We then look at the specific trail information and found the majority of the required information, including 1 to 5 star rating, number of ratings, length of the trail, elevation gain, route type, key features, and word descriptions. One of the questions was, are there hidden gems among the trails? In other words, is there any way to predict the trails that potentially have higher star ratings? To answer this question, we developed models to predict the star ratings of the trails based on features of the trails. Star ratings are predicted based on the features of the trail. Each trail has 56 features. Two of those features are elevation and length of the trail, and the rest of them are factors, such as being kid-friendly or having waterfalls, lakes, and so on. For our second set of questions, we wanted to know if trail star rating had an impact on trail popularity, and if harder trail in terms of length and elevation were more popular or less. We used the number of trail reviews as a proxy for popularity. Using this data, we built a model that shows that higher rated trails are indeed more popular. We also showed that longer trails are less popular, and trails with greater elevation gain are more popular. I will move on to some visualization we created based on our analysis. As per our third question, we wanted to know how Alberta hikes are generally described and what are their most common features. Since we were able to collect the trail descriptions and features from the website, we took that information and put it into a couple of word clouds. With this visual, the bigger the text, the more frequently the descriptor showed up. You can see that overall, trails in Alberta are described pretty positively. Subsequently, you can see some of the most common trail features of Alberta hikes, with views, forests, wildlife, and flowers being some of the most notable. We also wanted to be able to see at a glance where the highest rated hikes in Alberta are. So we used Power BI to create a heat map. As you can see, we were pretty fortunate in Alberta. Most hikes are rated on the higher end between 4 and 4.5 stars out of 5. However, we wanted to zero in on the bests. So we added some splicer for trail star rating and trail name to be able to filter the map to show the 5-star rating only and their names. Then, by hovering over them, we can see the specific details of the hikes and which are which. Based on this heat map, we were able to see that the best hikes border BC. So we need to travel a bit from Calgary to get to the best trails. Based on the predictive model that we built, we were able to pull out some of the most underrated and overrated hikes. We did this by taking the actual trail rating and comparing it with our predicted trail rating based on the most common predictors of the popular trails and taking the ones with the greatest difference and plotting them on our heat map. Hikes with a difference of -1 are considered underrated, aka hidden gems, as their predicted rating is a full point higher than the actual rating. Hikes with +1 are considered overrated trails, as their predicted rating is a point less than the actual rating, based on the features that makes for a good hike. To conclude, it seemed that trails rating can be predicted by features alone, but not with perfect accuracy. The inaccuracy may be the result of the incomplete model, but it may also be cause for further investigation on the part of an interbred hiker. There are some trails with features that might suggest a higher rating than we actually see. These hidden gems might be some good options if a hiker has completed all the hikes at a particular star rating. Higher quality hikes are generally more popular, which isn't a big surprise. But the relationship between trail difficulty and popularity was also interesting. Longer hikes are less popular, but hikes with more elevation tend to be more popular. This might be this might be a help for hiker to make a decision if they are looking for a quieter day in a mountain. There are lots of world-class trails in Alberta, and it's a great time to get outside and explore. With this analysis, a hiker can make a more informed decision about where to spend their time. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to reach out.